What up? LowerBitrate Podcast, episode number 40.
Hey, I want to say we're old, but that's like calling the pot calling the kettle black, as they say. So yeah.
What up? If there was a soundtrack to episode 40, this would be it. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
so true. It's so true. I love it. That's how I feel, about, I don't know, in the future when I turn 40. Just become Larry David.
Yes. So, we have a few house cleaning things to do. Number one, sub to the YouTubes. We're planning some content for there, just not rips of the podcast.
Yeah. Hey, my birthday is on Wednesday. We're recording on Tuesday, September 15th, but my birthday's tomorrow. Please, hey, for my birthday, go subscribe to our YouTube and subscribe on your podcast catcher and give us a rating. Thank you very much for the birthday gift.
Yay. Here's to being 21.
Ooh, ooh.
That's interesting you said podcast catcher. I never heard it that way.
I don't know if that's a thing. I just said it.
Catcher? I don't know. Aggregator? Who knows? Thank you for coming to movie night. I think we had our biggest one last night.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very fun. Hey, if we don't have any technical difficulties, I consider it a huge success.
Yeah, sometimes streaming on Discord could be spotty.
So yeah, if you tuned into our movie night, thanks for joining. And also, I hope you are listening to this episode because we are about to, later in the episode, we'll chat about what we watched, which is Lovecraft Country episode 4 and Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, and a little bit of Hot Fuzz because we forgot to talk about Hot Fuzz.
True.
That's why we watched Shaun of the Dead. But yeah, we do have like a little bit of a vibe check after movie night to see if we liked it or not. So come for it. It's fun. If you can't, we have a space in M's Discord for feedback for the episode. So chime in to whatever you like. It is what it is.
For the greater good.
Yeah. We're getting dangerously close to voting time. It's less than 2 months. Register to vote. If you're a youngin, under 20 or 18, actually, help with the polls. And I can't believe I have to say this, but it's looking like trick-or-treating might be canceled. Don't go trick-or-treating, you fucking adult virgins. Please. Stay home.
Free candy.
Yeah, that's canceled. What?
Go. Okay. Can I just tell you something crazy? I always think about it. I try not to like rant on my Twitter, but I do kind of keep track of how I know it's like really weird end times. Like I took a picture of this like old newspaper stand with like rotted newspapers sitting in it, and then a sign behind it saying like listing the like what the new laws are, or I guess this like ordinances to wear your mask and like stay 6 feet apart. Like this is for Austin. And so I like just taking pictures of stuff like that. Like, wow, things have really changed. This looks just like Fallout. But the one thing that, I don't know, that's really made it obvious that it's the end times is, I guess the mask is the most. I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Never mind.
We're talking about trick-or-treating and
there's an ice cream truck. Yeah, that was a long tangent to just say there's an ice cream truck that goes around my neighborhood like over and over again every day. And all I can think is like, they're not serving ice cream. It's just like a germ bomb riding around in a van.
I consider getting Mr. Softy, but stopped myself. Because I realized that he only takes cash and I don't have any bills on me.
Right. No money. All right. Well, sorry about the tangents about the ice cream truck and how I feel like the world is ending.
Well,
let's move on to something more.
Wait, hold on. There's an ordinance in New York City now that you can get fined $50 for not socially distancing or wearing a mask.
Cool.
Very cool.
I had
And
to ask a few men to please. I'm sure it's a total coincidence, but just a few men to please back up out of my space, sir.
yeah, I've
Excuse
definitely
me,
had to do
sir.
that.
Can you please give me the 6 feet? Thank you. And he's like, well, actually, this is 12 feet. And I was like, fuck you from
Hillbilly math.
12 feet away. So I just like turned my head and then just like, because it was at the post office, I held up my package over my face and just like had my middle finger sticking out on the other side of my package, just like, not today, sir.
Mhm.
Feeling sassy.
Yeah. So how was your week?
Up and down. Just trying to get through some difficult stuff, but been chilling, watching movies, sitting on my couch, recharging. Yeah, so I don't know. We want to talk about those later. I just want to list. I watched Spies in Disguise on HBO, and we can just mention that later. And let's see, what were the other ones I watched?
iZombie?
iZombie is a TV show, yes. And then I guess Lovecraft Country. There's another movie. Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, we can talk about that later. Really recommend that one if you haven't seen it. I've seen it multiple times though.
I've never seen it. My trial for HBO ran out. I think I might get it for $12 a month. I think that's decent.
Let's watch Bohemian Rhapsody maybe for a movie night. It's that good. Like it's
Well, we
it's
have to do it
incredible.
ASAP because it's about to leave HBO Max.
Okay, let's I really am insistent about this one. I've been singing all the songs now for like a week.
Okay. My week has been okay, I guess. I've ordered, so I got a new car 2 months ago. It's black. Big mistake. And I have to clean it. So I ordered a bunch of like car detailing shit. I'm gonna go spend some time with my uncle in his house because he has a garage and
He's a what?
a garage
Oh,
and a hose and what is that called? A pressure washer. So
oh, nice.
going all the way over there to wash my car. And
That's for cars. Like it's not going to strip your car.
that's the idea. I want to I bought a polishing thing. It was like $150. So it's supposed to correct the paint or something like that. Because remember, my car was struck, so there's new paint on there, and I need to protect it. So I bought a whole bunch of shit that's not interesting. But that's one thing that's been on my mind. But he's kind of dealing with some shit. So probably this weekend or maybe next week, I have to go over there. It's a big endeavor to get over there because there's so many cars on the road that it's difficult. Also, I'm pretty happy that fall boy time is coming. It's getting a little bit cooler, you know, no hot sweaty nuts.
Did
That's
you
pretty
say
awesome.
fall boy time?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you were talking about the band, and I was
like the
like,
season.
fall boy.
Hmm. On the gaming front, I'm on the fall game. I have like 200 hours in. It's on thin ice, real thin ice.
Yeah, you've been talking about this for weeks.
Yeah, I made a 20-minute rant video and I didn't say or like in the whole thing, so you know I was going in on them. Whatever. My week has been fine. Let's talk about gaming shit. Did you see this Xbox thing?
Yeah, you mean the new Xbox like mini thing?
No, so they unveiled the $300 Xbox, but they have something new, which is a Xbox financing program. Did you see this at all?
Sounds like Uber. No.
Okay, so I'll give you the deets. You can get, it's actually live now, but I wouldn't use it now because why would you get the old Xbox? So you can get the Xbox Series X for $34.99 a month, right? And it comes with I think it's Xbox Live. I'm not if they would charge you for Xbox Live with this, I'd be very surprised. It's $34.99 a month. You get the Series X, you get Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which has about hundreds of games, and you get to play the first party games, so your Halo Infinites, etc. And then it
Yeah.
has EA Play built into it too, so you can play all the shitty sports games, all the $60 roster updates, for 2 years. So I did the breakdown.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Go ahead.
So it's $839.76 before taxes. Obviously they're gonna tax you every month, so it'll probably come for me. It'll be almost close to $40.
So
Now,
can we subtract the
yes,
services? Okay,
if
how
you
much?
subtract the $499.99, which is the cost of the console, and you get $339.77. You divide that by 24, and it's roughly about the same cost as the membership. It's actually a little bit cheaper because you're getting the EA membership as well for $14. And I think this is a pretty good deal.
Well, I
Caveat
meant
though,
to. Yeah, what's the financing? Like, what's the interest rate? That's what I meant to
zero
do that.
interest.
No way.
Zero interest. I looked at the fine print and everything. Zero interest. However, it's not through any retailer or anything like that. It's through a credit line. So you need to have credit to do it.
Okay, I bet the caveat is if you miss a payment. Like, I really wonder what the agreement says.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it online, I didn't see anything that predatory, but I don't think this is easily accessible for the people that would want it. You know what I mean?
Right.
This has to be done through your parents, unless you're, an adult or whatever.
To get on that auto pay.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have that.
Of course, yeah. It's gonna be through I think some bank or something like that. No
Yeah, when
upfront
they're
cost, zero APR. I think this is a really good deal for someone who is a little bit strapped on cash right now, but can afford the $37 a month. I think this is a pretty cool deal.
and as like a, uh, everyday gamer, get your money's worth.
Yeah. It's cool. You could get this at Best Buy, Walmart, Target, Microsoft, and GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
It's through Citizens One line of credit.
Hmm.
And this is the only way you can get it. This is kind of like akin to the Apple credit card, how it's from Goldman Sachs, but it has the Apple name on it. This is essentially the same shit. I would get on this ASAP. Pre-orders begin on September 22nd. So whatever stock they have is probably gonna go most through here. Who knows? I think this is a really good deal for the Series X. And you could also get the $299 one for $24.99 a month.
That's a good deal. I would go with that. That seems more affordable. I don't know why I feel like it's almost $40. Maybe that's why I feel like it's steep. Like for entertainment per month, people pay, say an average $10 for Netflix, like how much for HBO, and then now add on top of that like another entertainment cost per month. 30 I feel like is high.
But think about it this way, right? It comes with the Xbox Game Pass, right? So any first party Microsoft game that comes out will be available on this, so you don't have to spend the $60. And they have a library of games already to play, so you don't necessarily have to come out of pocket. And I do believe that you get the cloud service as well, like the Xbox cloud service, cloud gaming or whatever, and
That's
that has
cool.
150 games as well. So yeah, it is another charge, but you're getting a tangible item with the thing. I would recommend paying it off sooner rather than later if you can. But I think this is a good deal for people who are strapped on cash. There's a lot of people strapped on cash right now, and the United States government isn't doing a fucking thing about it. So,
And who, I guess, who wants to be able to have a new console? Like, say you need one. I don't know, or you want a new one. Yeah, seems affordable than dishing out hundreds of dollars up front, especially if there's zero interest. But just be sure you're not going to skip a payment. I really think that's how they would
get you? Yeah.
charge you a fee. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you're a PC gamer as well, you get some access to games too. I remember playing Outer Worlds, I think it was called, on this Ultimate Game Pass. I got it for $1 as well. Yeah, so you're getting a whole bunch of shit. Apparently, do you remember how Xbox Live is included? You don't have to pay for it with this bundle, this $34.99 a month bundle.
Yeah.
So you get multiplayer access on console games. They can't charge you on PC. Deals with gold, games with gold. So you get games free every month. Access to 100 high quality console games. Access to 100 high quality PC games. New games added all the time. Game Studio titles, Xbox Game Studio titles, the same day as release. Discounts and deals, free perks. Play games on your mobile phone, and then your EA Play membership is included as well. I think this is an amazing deal. Jump on it. Are you familiar with the Crisis memes?
No.
Can this computer run Crisis? You never heard of that?
No.
So this
I'm
is
doing
meme.
a little.
I can
Go
just give
ahead.
you the quick and dirty. Crisis was ahead of its time for benchmarking PCs, and ever since then, it's an old game. So since then, there are games that can benchmark PCs better than Crisis. So they kind of fell off. But they're remastering Crisis. Not excited. I really don't care. The only thing I found interesting in this is they have a benchmarking mode inside of Crisis Remastered that is essentially supposed to scale infinitely, because it's supposed to unlock everything and just take your graphics card and pummel that shit to the ground to see how far you can push it. I thought that was interesting, and they're gonna probably sell a lot of copies just based on that alone for the PC version. I don't think anything happening with the console versions. I just thought that was interesting. A new take on an old meme, I guess.
I have not heard about it, but yeah, like, should I download it and benchmark my PC? Now I'm like wondering.
No, I don't think so. What, the remastered one?
Well, it came out in 2007. I was just wondering how old it was.
Yeah, there are a bunch of games now that can push system specs, like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think is one of them. Ashes of Singularity, I think, is another one. Prices have fell off. I just thought it was interesting.
You think
Especially
is this like Destiny? Because I'm quickly read the
this
intro to the
this
plot.
game is like your Far Cry or your Turok. Like a
Okay.
FPS game like that. Very linear, not open world like Destiny at all. But yeah, that's it for Crisis. I just wanted to mention that for the PC boys.
Yeah, if you guys have played Crisis or done this benchmarking with Crisis, leave us some feedback. Let me know.
You're gonna see a
what
lot of
that's
people
like.
benchmarking because of the new graphics cards that are coming out.
Mm.
So I think that's why they're doing it. But well, I don't know. Friendly reminder, gentle reminder, Mario Friday, Toad meme intensifies.
I forgot. it. Can't wait.
Yeah, it kind of like snuck up on us, right?
It did.
I have a pretty big, yeah, I have something to do tomorrow. I got to camp out for a graphics card on the 17th. And then we got Mario on Friday. I'm excited. I can't wait to play Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes. I'm so excited. I want to play Mario Galaxy first, but I do want to play. I want to try Mario Sunshine. I haven't played it before. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Good. It's a really good game. Among Us.
Mm.
Is this the sleeper hit of 2020?
What? Over Fall Guys? Mm.
I think so.
You think Fall Guys is dead?
I don't think Fall Guys is dead. I just think this game has been it's a sleeper hit. It's free on mobile. It has crossplay between PC and mobile. $5 on Steam. And a lot of streamers are playing this game. It's like the new cash cow. But I don't think it's gonna have longevity, unless they come out with an update. There's 445,000 people watching. Mind you, this came out 2.5 years ago. So it's been sitting there for a while.
I wonder what the director was like before this.
Not many people. I want to know who was the one that brought it to the forefront.
Me too. I missed it, whoever it was. I feel like I'm kind of tuned out on streamer Twitter, but normally I feel like I would know.
Yeah, very simple game, very fun. I had the opportunity to play a couple nights for a couple hours with friends in Discord, and yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Recommend being on voice, and trying to get 10 people, 2 imposters. It gets a little spicy in the voice chat, especially if you're good at lying and you could like fucking gaslight people. It's great. Really good. $5 worth it. I'm trying to get IRL friends to play it so we could destroy our friendships. But yeah, I recommend it. You're gonna be playing this soon?
Yes, I just wasn't able to team up when I was like invited to play, and trying to get my brother to pick it up too because it's free on mobile. So I think he downloaded it. Yeah. He was like, "How will I find you?" And I'm like, we'll host, or I'll host."
Yeah. iPad app, very good. I will give it that. It's a very good port on iPad. Very easy to play as well.
Yeah, it looks great on my iPad. Like,
it's crisp, right?
Yeah, looks good for a quote unquote old game.
Yeah, hidden gem for sure. I recommend playing on PC because you get all the costumes if you change the date and time on your PC. I have a Jason mask. It's pretty cool.
Ooh, I'll have to do that.
Next up, Conan Exiles.
Yeah, what's going on with
old
Conan?
Favorite of ours, I guess.
Yeah, one of the games I've spent the most hours playing, like Skyrim, Destiny, and Conan for sure. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so apparently I haven't played this game in at least a year, but they're having a second go at it, basically. So remember I guess when we had free codes to give away, maybe like 2 years ago, when we were playing the little I don't know, Winter Island thing.
And then when the game started, like I applied for a key, and I got one, but I got like a few, I think.
It was like 6 or something like that.
Yeah, so that was really cool to like hand those out, and play with my buds, It
was really fun. It was a little rough around the edges when we played, but since then it has had some polish. And to be honest with you, I checked the numbers on Steam Tracker or whatever it is. It's pretty solid numbers for a game like this. I think the gameplay for me got a little bit old.
Mm,
But
yeah.
they have a new expansion. It's supposed to be the biggest expansion ever for the game. It's $20, and it's ironically in early access. So expect some bugs or whatever. But this is basically a retooling and a rebalancing of the entire game,
Yeah.
and it looks pretty cool. Came out today actually.
Mm,
You start off on a new character and a new island, new monsters, new locations, new challenges to explore. I'm thinking about getting into this. It's either this or it is Grounded. I don't know which one I'm gonna be. I think this one has a bigger following, right? So I think this one might be the play. Conan.
so do you know anything about it? Like, does it introduce new religions, like new dungeons,
I think
stories somehow? Because the story is so full of gaps.
yeah. So I think this is a brand new story, brand new island, brand new features. So I think that I would assume that there's more religions and different ways to play, like a full overhaul of the game. So
Wow. Less buggy too, I suppose.
I don't think I think that's
Stability
the
patches.
yeah, I think that's the caveat here is that you're playing on new ground, so expect bugs. Um but yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks really good. I'm gonna buy this. Awesome.
I bet it comes with really cool armor and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I just hope it doesn't split the player base. I hope it's good enough that people move on to this one, or they incorporate it into the base game somehow. Maybe like a $40 purchase instead of the regular 20.
Right.
That's cool. We talked about Fall Guys when we mentioned Among Us. I saw an article earlier
Hmm.
that Mediatonic is the company behind the development of Fall Guys.
Hmm.
Devolver is the publisher, right? I have that correct?
Yes.
Okay. The Mediatonic had made 130 games before they made Fall Guys. If that's not a never give up moment, I don't know what is. Because they have one of the biggest games on the internet right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder where this is going.
Yeah, the Fall Guys success will primarily happen in season 2. If they could recapture the magic in season 2, I think that we'll have a mainstay. Because remember Apex Legends was supposed to kill Fortnite? LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that didn't happen because they had shit um you know, seasons prior to when they fixed them after the initial launch. So hopefully, I wish them the best.
Yeah.
So
GL
good luck,
HF.
HF. Yeah. Did you see the Apple event?
No, but I have heard about it.
What's the vibes? Good, bad?
Bland, I
Yeah.
suppose. Like new phones aren't much hype.
New phones don't exist yet. No new phones. New iPads, new Apple Watch, iOS 14, which we'll get tomorrow on the 16th. Um, there was one interesting thing that they did unveil though, and that I wanted to talk about. Um, so have you noticed the trend that the internet is going through? It's like bundles and subscriptions, right?
Right.
Like Adobe doesn't sell the $2,000, $3,000, CS Master Collection anymore. make you pay $50 a month.
Right.
That's cool and fine and dandy because not many people have $2,000.
Actually.
But you don't necessarily own anything, and you're basically at the mercy of their updates.
Mm-hmm.
So Apple came out with something called Apple One. So for $14.95 a month
Mm-hmm.
for individuals, $19.95 a month for families up to 5 people. Or if you get a Premiere, which is $29.95 a month. I don't know what's up with the 95. This pisses me off. Rant on 95 instead of 99.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna buy a graphene coating for my car. It's kind of like a ceramic coating to protect the paint and the clear coat.
Yeah. Okay.
It was $99.95. I was gonna buy it on my PayPal credit card. I could not get 6 months financing because I was missing 4 fucking cents at the end of that. Why do you have to be edgy and knock off 4 cents? Bro, just leave it at $99.99. What is 4 cents? You lost a $100 deal because of 4 cents. Rant over. So with those prices, you get Apple Music, Apple TV, Apple Arcade, 50 gigabytes of iCloud storage, Apple News Plus, and Apple Fitness Plus.
Like, is this stuff worth it? Like, Apple Arcade, is that a big, like, hell yeah?
I don't think so. I think it's worth it for a family of 4, mom, dad, 2 kids. They all want Apple Music. They all have a whole bunch of shit on their phone. They need iCloud storage for. Apple TV at this point is not worth it, I don't think. And Apple Arcade to keep these little Zoomers entertained. Apple News, I get all my information from like Twitter anyway. So, and Apple Fitness Plus, I have no idea what that is. Which is interesting because they're bundling all the services and trying to keep you in the ecosystem. I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting.
So many bundles, so little money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't for me. I think Apple Music is trash. I like Spotify way more. Yeah, don't care about this.
Agreed. Moving on.
Yes. The 17th, the 3080 coming out. I may possibly get one. Who knows? I'm gonna go there really early with a friend. They're gonna decide if they would like one. If they do not, they decide at the very last second they do not want one. I'm gonna slide them one of my credit cards and be like, "Hey, wink, wink, buy this for me, so I can get 2 of them." I'm gonna flip the other one. These will sell out. You're not gonna be able to buy these for a couple of months. If you're thinking about selling your current graphics cards, don't, because the 3080 will sell out and it will go up to about $1,000 on
Wow.
resale. And your cards that you spent, $1,200 for, speaking of the 2080 Ti, will rise in value accordingly. So just wait. If your pickle's not tickled at the 3080 or the 3090 or the 3070, AMD just teased in Fortnite of all fucking places that they have some graphics cards coming, but usually those are disappointing. So I wouldn't put too much stock in that. That's cool. Hopefully I get one. Wish me luck.
Yeah, good luck. Hope you get one too. Hope you get 2 too.
I don't want to. I just want one. I'm still sitting on that stupid Animal Crossing Switch. I thought about just opening it and using it.
Mhm.
Because at this point, the $324 that I spent for it, that's long gone. Like that's money that doesn't exist to me anymore. Yeah. TV and movies. What do you want to talk about first?
Ooh, go ahead and talk about The Boys. I haven't been watching it.
So I think I talked about the first 3 episodes. We talked about it last week.
Mhm.
Episode 4 came out and it just doesn't I'm not gonna talk about the episode itself. It was a little weird. Some of it was funny. It just doesn't have that same pizzazz. Rather than me binging it, I don't know. The show like this needs to be like consumed, like fucking pounded into my
Yeah.
brain. I'm not
So
sure.
the slow release isn't your ideal viewing.
No, not for a show like this.
Yeah.
No, I wonder if they'll go back to just releasing the entire thing. I hope they do, but whatever. I'll wait until it fully comes out and just binge the second half. I'm okay with that. What do you want to talk about next?
Ooh. Did anyone watch the Mandalorian season 2 trailer? Yes.
Yes, we all did. We're hype.
Who didn't watch it? Go watch it right now.
They didn't really show much. It was like a little bit of a slow burn, right? A little bit of trickling of information.
Yeah, as always.
Did you get the vibe that it was more Star Wars-y?
Yes.
I don't.
Very much so.
Let me see. I don't know if this is 100% true, but I think they missed the Star Wars branding on the Mandalorian on the initial season. Did you notice that? Oh no, it's there. I'm just dumb.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Because I remember it just saying the Mandalorian. I don't remember it saying Star Wars at the top, but I guess I'm dumb. Yeah, probably. It's definitely much bigger this time. Like the branding, like, hey, this is Star Wars. Look, look, look. It was cool. Expect the same cuteness from the child.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked the end where he realized he pressed something in his little gauntlet thing, and I guess Baby Yoda or Yodi was he noticed. He was like, "Oh shit!" He pressed this thing. When he was like, "Yo, it's about to go down. I'm out." Closing my little cradle.
He's like, not my problem.
Mm-hmm. How far are you in iZombie?
I've seen a few seasons. I really like it, and I started watching it again to get caught up so I could finish it.
I really enjoyed that show. I finished it.
Okay. Yeah, I recommend it. It's a good watch. If you like comics.
Yeah, it's based on a comic, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those kind of like middle of the road shows where it's kind of lighthearted and funny, but kind of not at the same time. You have to watch it. I don't know what season you're on, and I don't remember what happens in each season, but yeah, it gets pretty good towards the end. The ending was kind of, but it is what it is.
Seen the ending. I guess it's not people's favorite ending I saw on Twitter, but I want to give it a watch anyway. Where I left off was a pretty exciting point, like where they were having a big bash, like a big party. And I think I left off there.
Listen, no ending can come close to the levels of shittiness as Dexter or How I Met Your Mother.
Forgot about Dexter. And Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones as well, but Game of Thrones had an entire season that was shit. A season and a half of shit. The last good Game of Thrones episode was the ending of season 6. That was the last good one.
I agree. Just if you're new to Game of Thrones, don't go past, season 6. Just be like, yay, it's over. The end. I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite. I think that's my favorite song, "Light of the Seven," from that last episode in season 6. So good. So I binged Euphoria in a week.
Yeah. Did you like it? Are you glad you watched it?
Yeah, it was. Listen, okay. This is Zoomer TV, right?
Right.
I had to double check I had to look up the actors in the show to make sure that they were of age. I was like, this is risky business.
Yeah, because you
Especially,
think they're high schoolers.
yeah, especially since we're not talking about it, but Netflix did a boo-boo very recently. With the documentary that they have. Not gonna mention it, not gonna talk about it, don't watch it. It starts with a C.
Yeah, someone told me about that today.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
been
was
the
like,
thing.
what the anyway, moving on.
What the fuck indeed.
The
So
reason we're not mentioning is exploitative of children.
yeah,
Anyway, keep going. That's why we're like, don't even bother.
don't even. I would even. Would you cancel your Netflix membership?
Ooh, I've heard of that. I need to do a little more reading. Like literally just found out about this like a couple hours ago. So the person who told me is canceling their Netflix membership over it. So I'm like, God damn, I gotta look into this.
Yeah, it's disgusting. That's why I watched it the same week that this thing was going on, so I had to make sure. I was like, yo, are these fucking adults or what? They're adults. Praise be to whoever. This show, if you can get over the zoomerness of it, it's really good. Really, really good. And it stands on the backs of the cinematography, the writing, the directing, the music. And her name is Zendaya, whatever her name is. However you say it.
Zendaya.
Zendaya. She is fantastic.
Yes. She should have had more of a role in the Spider-Man movie she was in with Tom Holland. But oh my gosh. Yes, she's the best. Watch her like content online, watch her or content of her online. There's some cool, so like she just seems like the coolest chick. I want to be her friend. I want to ride around the car and listen to Beyonce with her, like this video shows her doing. But then her acting is like, holy shit. I can't wait to see where she goes.
It's some next level shit. It's like she's a rising star, let's put it that way.
Indeed.
So I think this is an important show. It's based on a novel. I think it's an Israeli novel of the same name, Euphoria, and it touches on a lot of subjects that I guess us boomers don't really gel with or identify with because listen, these kids growing up now have the internet and everything at their disposal. They are more adults than we were at that age.
Yes, they're the trendsetters. Like people don't realize that how much power these kids have.
Yeah. The
Like,
I
hello,
generation.
like Facebook. Like Facebook was limited to college age
Yeah, you had
kids.
to have a .edu.
Yep. And then they let in high schoolers. Then they let in the moms.
The
Why are you
Karens and
laughing?
Patricias.
That's how it went. It's all moms now.
Yeah, Sam Levinson. I had to look him up. He doesn't really have much on his IMDb. It's mostly indie stuff. So for this being written, directed, and produced by solely him,
Mm-hmm.
it's fantastic.
Who's your favorite story? They told different stories, not just Zendaya's.
Yeah, so this is I immediately had to I had asked you if she dies or like if anything traumatic happens.
Yeah, just to prepare
Just
because you're.
yeah, I was like, dude, I don't want to see I don't want to see anybody like, off themselves or anything like that. That's not my days of the internet gauntlet are over. I've seen enough people die on the internet. I'm good. My favorite story, I think the go-to answer would probably be Zendaya's, right? I think she has the most impactful story
Okay.
of it. But I think the one that most affected me was probably, what's the girl's name with the sister that was dressed up like Bob Ross? Candace? No.
Maddie. Was she Maddie, or was Maddie the girl with brown hair dating the asshole?
Yes.
Or was Maddie the blonde dating the football star?
Maddie was the one dating the asshole guy, the sus
Okay.
one.
I liked her story a lot. The blondes, who unfortunately we can't remember, her story was really good. Oh my gosh, all of them were really good. But my favorite was Kat's, just because of her kind of redemption arc and just what she became, through like this really traumatizing situation. Just like all of them are going through trauma.
Yeah. Cassie. Cassie's the one with the blonde dating
The college
McKay.
star.
Yeah, Chris
Yes.
McKay. Yeah, they were all good stories. I did like Jules' story. I did like Rue's story, which is Zendaya.
Yeah.
Cassie's story is another one too. Fez is another character that looks like Mac Miller, which I thought it was like very profound that he stopped her from having a fentanyl overdose when he looks
Yes.
like Mac Miller, because Mac Miller
Yes. The
died 2
dealer.
years ago from a
Okay.
fentanyl overdose. So very, catch-22 bullshit there. Yeah, Cat story too. I seen her story depicted on a Doja Cat lyric video. Didn't realize it. Thought it was like originally shot, and then I was like, "Whoa, where have I seen this chick before? Seen her somewhere." And then her story started progressing. I was like, "Holy shit! The person ripped this from Euphoria and put it online." Very good. I will say one last thing. That musical number at the very end from the Winter Formal episode, I've seen it maybe like 20 times now. That is the best shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's sudden, but you can't help but love it. Like, you have to watch, you're like, wait a second. And then you watch it again and you're like, holy shit. And
Yeah.
that's Zendaya singing too.
Yes. That's what made I looked at it and I was like, why? First of all, she's being fucking thrown everywhere and she's singing. I was like, hold on. I had to like rewind it a few times. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah. Claps all around for this. I recommend it. If you can get over the Zoomer stories and just take them for what they are, very important, very good.
I guess I'm leaving out a really big part that really affected me. Euphoria is the only show I've seen depict mental illness accurately, like beyond movie. I mean, maybe there's a movie out there that I'm forgetting, but this, holy shit, what like modern depression is, what it's like to have a mood disorder, which a lot of people have. Like, that's a big umbrella term for many mental illnesses. Just what it's like to have OCD, ADD, like if you
Being
have
bipolar.
if you're bipolar, then you have OCD, you have maybe ADD, you have just obsessions and repetitions that you have to do, and routines that, if broken, will trigger you. And you have anxiety and depression. That's what bipolar is, swinging between two states. And it's incredible how they depict it. They don't exploit it. They don't objectify the person, with no judgment too. Like, it makes it really sympathetic to be like, wow, people need to self-medicate just to survive. Yeah, amazing. Watch it. Something else I wanted to say too is the music. Holy shit, is incredible.
So good.
Just watch it for the music and then play the soundtrack over and over again. It's by Labyrinth. LaBrinth, and listen to his music. It's amazing. I put it on the other day. Instrumentals in there too. Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it's a beautiful show. beautifully shot. All the shots are purposeful. Some of them are ambiguous, you know? It's eye candy, basically. Um Also going back to the stories, the Rue one really affected me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it didn't get me, you know, but I was just like, damn, I relate with that. You know what I mean? There's some days that I didn't want to get the fuck out of bed, you know? Like I just want to
Exactly.
lay there and I have the mental fortitude to not indulge in like fucking fentanyl and shit like that, but I am highly, highly, highly addicted to nicotine. Like if I don't get nicotine, my day is fucked. I get into like um it's like a existential panic attack, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not heaving or anything like that. Like my body is and my brain is like, you need to get this now, no matter the cost. Now.
Yeah.
And yeah, watch this show. Great. Second point. I was so impressed with Sam Levinson that I wanted to see what he was doing because obviously when these directors write, direct, and produce these shows, these like first season shows on HBO, they get a whole bunch of work after. There is something called Malcolm and Marie that he is directing and he wrote. This stars Zendaya and John David Washington. That was filmed.
Cool.
It was filmed during the pandemic, and I think it's going to be a short film or maybe like a mid length film, um, in black and white.
Uh, hello. Gonna
Well,
watch that one. Where's
yeah,
it gonna stream?
we don't know yet. Um, but there's a storyline. I don't want to say anything about it, but yeah, this was shot during this whole pandemic thing. And it was shot between June 17th and July 2nd, which is
Hmm.
not that long. And the only cast members that I can see are Zendaya and John David Washington, and it has a whole bunch of interesting people as producers, like Kid Cudi.
Awesome.
So we'll see.
I
Next
wonder
up,
if Kid Cudi's done anything else. Anyway, yes, go
has he
ahead.
said anything else?
Has he done anything else, like directed or
No,
written?
just music, I think.
Okay.
He might be trying to get into it. Who knows?
All right.
Movie night, next movie. We didn't discuss this, so this is gonna be happening live. What is it?
The next movie?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the third in the Cornetto trilogy by Edgar Wright. We're gonna watch World's End.
Nice. Spoiler time, but before we get in that, please join us for movie night. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
and it's really chill. Like we'll just if you want to get there like a few minutes early, I'm trying to like, you know, myself like join the voice channel in Discord. And if you want to join like part ways through the movie or you want to leave, like people do that. And we don't have like video and we don't talk during the movie. So it's super chill. This is like Alamo Draft House from your house. Like, you
Yeah.
know.
Everybody's super respectful of it. So yeah. We
We had a
saw.
great time this week.
We did. Talked about some Among Us beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Had some laughs. Shaun of the Dead, spoiler time. Because we will be talking about Lovecraft Country right after this.
Do you want to mention Hot Fuzz too for a second?
Yeah. Let's talk about Shaun of the Dead first.
Okay. What did you think of Shaun of the Dead? It was your first viewing.
But it was okay.
Okay.
I'm comparing this to Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, you should.
I saw Hot Fuzz first. So this weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Hot Fuzz was a little bit more funny.
Mm-hmm.
The comedy was
Yes.
a little bit more up there. Like I think some of it was like more dry comedy. And I think
Very dry.
like I don't know. There wasn't that person to be like look at you, you know what I mean? Like almost like breaking the fourth wall and be like, "Yo, this is funny." You know what I mean? And Shaun of the Dead, it was kind of like just quick little funny jokes or whatever, like with the peanuts or whatever. I was like, not my favorite, but it was good.
Did you like how it was shot
No,
suddenly from scene to scene? Oh, okay.
no. It felt it was an hour and about 40 minutes. It felt a little bit longer than that. I think the pacing was a little bit off for me because maybe I expected it to be like Hot Fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you
Fast.
haven't seen any of the trilogy, definitely watch Shaun of the Dead first.
Yes. In the order is how I'd recommend it. I was just for that movie night, I was so out of it, having a really tough weekend. And I was like, please, can we just watch Hot Fuzz? Because Shaun of the Dead does have it's darker and it
Yes.
has some heavy moments. But they do quickly recover from it effectively, like comedies do, like heavy moments. And then here we go. I think especially how it ended as well.
Yeah.
Were you happy with the Shaun of the Dead ending?
I guess so.
Okay.
So I originally thought this was previously not having seen it. I thought it was a horror film. I was wrong.
Which it was.
Kind of. Not really. It wasn't scary.
What would you call like his movies cross genres? So like Baby Driver, for example, like that's a heist plus comedy, right? Like
Hmm. I haven't seen Baby Driver in a while, so I remember the heist portion of it. I remember it being kind of funny.
we
I
have it
guess
on our
so.
list, right? For movies to watch. I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see it again. Oh my gosh, I love John Hamm in that movie. Like uh John Hamm's really good at comedy, like he's really good in Bridesmaids,
Mhm.
at being funny, but then this is a serious role for John Hamm, and I really liked it.
You know what it is? I think I need to watch Shaun of the Dead again.
Yes, it's very dense. Like the you've got red on you, like um yeah, and there's the girl in the garden. Like
I think
they were throwing CDs at her, right? Like what
yeah,
were they
records.
doing? They're like, no, not the Beatles. That's not their
That's my
accent at
second
all.
album. Simon Pegg, I don't know. The way he acts in Hot Fuzz versus the way he acts, like his cadence in Shaun of the Dead is a little bit different, and I think I
Mhm.
prefer the Hot Fuzz one versus the Shaun of the Dead one. Although
Yeah.
there were some parts that were fucking hilarious in Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, indeed. Do you ever memory of what like maybe your favorite one or ones
I think the
were?
one that got an audible laugh for me was when the girl in the garden attacks Simon Pegg's character, and he goes, "Oh, he's gonna go get something to go help." This motherfucker takes out a fucking roll camera so that he could take a picture. He's like, "Cheese," and he like moves the head to the side, like, huh? And they pose for the camera, and then the one that really got me was they push her and she has a hole inside of her, like her stomach, like her back and her stomach. And as she gets back up, like they thought she was dead, she gets back
Mhm.
up, and he's just looking at her, and he just starts like spinning the thing to take another fucking picture. I was like, bro, come on, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so you're talking about Edgar, right? Like his friend?
Yes.
Okay, the one that wears the shirt that says like I've got wood. Or like
Yes.
no, yes. Just an idiot. And was he a lovable idiot? I don't think so.
Not in this movie. No. They definitely made him that in Hot Fuzz.
Oh, yes. Just the innocent idiot.
There was some like silent comedy moments, like I guess that that girl that Simon Pegg's character came in contact with, Shaun, right? Came in contact with. They showed how the mom was there, the dumb friend was there with the phone, the leather jacket friend. When they walked past each other, you remember when they crossed each other's paths?
Yeah, wasn't it like looking in a mirror?
Yeah, like like
Except
those
all of
silent
them.
comedy moments.
Yeah, she was like, "How many of yours made it?" And he's like, "It's just us." And she's like, "Well, all of us made it." Because she wasn't leading like a troop of buffoons.
Yeah, I just think the serious moments in this one kind of like it fell flat for me.
Really, even the mom?
Yeah, because it was like
Mm.
right before it was like they were trying to push action, right, with the lever action little rifle or whatever. Um, and then to go from that to like a slow somber moment kind of like threw me off.
I just thought that was the intended pacing. Like, this moment is sad. I always think it's a sad moment. That's why I like Shaun of the Dead. I'm like, comedy, drama, horror, like maybe that's just part of the horror. Some of the funniest parts for me was with Bill Nye when like the mom just insisted on bringing the husband. I'm trying to think of the style of comedy. It's very unique the way they just jumped around and she like had to bring it just really showed the stubbornness and stupidity of people. Like never underestimate it. The fact that the wife would not leave behind her husband. And she's like, he's your father.
Yeah,
He's like
he's not
over
my
and over
father.
again. He's not my like literally like he's
He
not my
touched me
father.
when he was when I was younger, and it was like that's not true. Sorry.
He's trying to get yes, he's trying so hard to get his mom like starts lying. You felt that desperation, right? Because then she died. Like it's just your mom not listening to you. Like, no, mom, we need to go. Like not understanding the danger of the situation.
Right. It was okay for me. It wasn't
Okay.
totally bad. Wasn't it didn't have me cackling like Hot Fuzz did.
Is it because Hot Fuzz had a twist? Was better?
I think
Better
so.
plot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this was much more like straightforward. We'll see with the third one. I have no
So,
expectations. I've never seen it before. So
um, yes, I really liked Hot Fuzz. And again, some very funny people were in it, like Bill Nye. Um, watch it. Tell us what you think. Which one do you like better, Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz?
I do like how
Both.
Edgar Wright uses the same people.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
how
I
they
think
say.
because Simon Pegg and Nick Frost will begin like if they didn't already as co-writers or producers, just their friendship, like um they write together.
Yeah. You want to move on to Lovecraft Country?
Just one more thing, it's like the trio of them they're the British version of Taika Waititi, Jermaine Clement. Like just what they can do when they come together as a duo.
Yeah, I agree. I think comedies that are um collaborated upon are the funniest.
Agreed.
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft Country, really
Spoiler
enjoying.
alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Leave if you haven't seen it.
It's
Episode
on
5.
HBO. Yeah,
Hmm?
or just listen to us talk about it if you haven't seen it, just because it's dense and we will not do a good job of describing what the show is truly like. Like it's just so unique and it's really good.
Yes. Um okay, where to
We were
begin?
we're on episode 5 now, which are like we halfway through the season. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We are halfway through the season. We have 5 more to go.
All right, I'm happy with that. 5 more to go. I like what they've told so far. I feel like it's definitely going to end on a big ambiguous cliffhanger, something like Westworld worthy.
There was a bunch of twists in this one.
Yes.
A lot of twists.
Oh, I liked this episode. What did you think?
Yeah, originally I was like, I've seen it 3 times. I watched it once, like the dead of night, couldn't sleep. And don't do that, by the way. Very graphic.
Every episode is a bit of a mind fuck. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, mindfuck. So this episode primarily focuses on Ruby, which is um Letty's sister, right? And
Yes.
last episode we saw her, well, I don't know if we saw her, I don't remember, but she was getting her cheeks clapped by William.
Yes, who is the really creepy, seems like a butler of some sort to the blonde, the mysterious blonde who can't get into the order because she's a woman, but really
Something about
deserves.
her, I don't know. Something about the way she looks. The blonde?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, or they just cast her because of how unique she looks, and they like, made her this bleach blonde.
Yeah, she's like the 2020 version of the alt scene girl that I don't know. Her name is Abby Lee. She's
I'll have to
Australian.
look. Oh, okay.
So this was a weird one. We got it picks up right after last episode where the siren gets her fucking throat cut, and you see Montrose with his bloody fingers just sitting there, and he gets his ass beat real bad by his own son.
Does any of his storyline make any sense?
Kind of. I mean, like, so we originally saw him when he was under that little castle thing in Arden. Why
Mhm.
was he there? Then he did prison break, got out for some reason.
Mhm.
Then he was along for the ride. The uncle dies. He destroys the book. So he's the only person that knows the bylaws.
Mhm.
Goes and knows the combination to get inside of this place, and then kills the siren. So who is he? I don't
You think
think he's.
you think he's yeah.
I don't think he's his father.
You think he got body snatched and he's just been bait the whole time?
I don't think he got body snatched. I just don't think that he's Atticus's dad. I think he's a placeholder.
There's some sort of like spell.
Not a spell. I think this one's more like mechanical. Like he was inserted into, his life to protect him from whatever.
Yeah, purposefully by someone.
Yeah, like he was, sworn.
He's part of a bigger plan, like a darker hand moving pieces.
Yeah. What did you think of the metamorphosis? So the lightweight metamorphosis.
I loved it.
Yeah. So this episode plays on a lot of the racial inequalities of the 50s. And they introduce metamorphosis, or a lightweight form of it, where you're not turning into another person. You have to have a spell or like a potion to turn you into somebody else. But if you don't take that, you gruesomely turn back into who you were, climbing out of flesh and skin.
Yeah, and he explains it too. He's like, well, the pupa stage and all the stuff, which metamorphosis, only a few insects do it. It's like butterflies, moths, and one other animal I'm forgetting.
Caterpillar?
Frogs. A what?
Caterpillar? No.
Yes, well, that's a butterfly. Yeah.
Hello.
But yeah, I should have said what they originally began as. But how they go through like a complete metamorphosis is they become something completely new. And butterflies, I know, in their in the stage where they're in their like hard, I think it's called pupa, their shell, they are completely liquefied in there. Like they're a goo. So if you somehow interfere with it, just slime will fall out. And so it's really amazing. You know, it's not an evolution that occurs, but it could be called that, of how something just is created from a pure slime.
Yeah. Does
I
that
found it
blonde
interesting.
does that blonde girl look familiar?
Is she Samara Weaving?
No, she is she was in Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, is one of the brides?
I believe so, yeah. She was the blonde
Yeah,
one.
she probably looks similar in that movie. She has a unique look.
Yeah. What else did we get in this episode? Montrose finally accepts who he is.
Yeah, is that what was happening?
Yeah,
Like,
he was. They try to play it off as he was being coy and like very reserved, sitting, towards the outskirts. They went to, I think it was a drag club. Before this, he came with his beat face to the bar owner's house, and I'm gonna refrain from making the joke that I made, but
thank you.
things happened. Lots of liquids were
Sexual
exchanged. Yes.
sexual activities. Yes, which I was like, this doesn't seem like just sex
It's a hate fuck.
between. Yeah, it was, and I'm wondering too if like we said, Montrose maybe isn't Montrose, or maybe he, like my suspicion, he might not even be like human. So I'm wondering, like, does he need this? Like, is this some sort of like part of a bigger plan? Like he needs to have like rough sex with someone in order to continue surviving? Like, is he using that guy somehow?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's that deep. I think they played on this I think a few episodes ago, or maybe last episode, that he might not be, team Whammon. You know what I mean? So that strengthens the argument that, or well, my argument that he was planted to be this guy's father.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because he's gay. Like,
Right?
but
Yeah,
gay men can have children, so maybe he's
100%.
maybe he's
That's why.
bisexual.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm kind of like not fully on it, but it's like it's there in the back of my mind because they they really made it like a not a key moment, but like one of those moments you're like, in episode 4, and then they I don't think they paid it off in episode 5, not yet, but yeah, I think this was him accepting who he is, because remember, being gay or homosexual in those times was basically like taboo.
Yeah, they'd probably kill you if they found out.
Yeah, if you're they kill you in a sundown town. Imagine if what they would do if they found out that you like the same sex. So rough times for people of those
Alternative,
communities. Yeah.
yeah, that live quote unquote alternative lifestyle.
I don't consider it alternative. I just think it wasn't mainstream.
Yeah, they would consider it alternative in the Jim Crow era.
So it's kind of a positive moment for him, accepting people around him that care for him. Apparently, I know that this moment was a big hit on Twitter, so bravo. I support inclusion, especially since it might be one of those things that tie into the story. You know what I mean? If he is this person, he might not be who he says he is, etc. So, what were you
I
gonna
think
say?
I think it's a missed opportunity if it's just a sex scene. I'm like, I want something more.
That was an
Like,
unhealthy amount of spit, by the way.
like okay, like the scene between Letty and what's his name, main character,
Atticus.
Thank you. I feel like that had purpose. Every every scene between them. The
Yeah.
scenes between Ruby and William.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna jump around real quick. So they're deciphering the language of Adam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has pretty much, I think, 11 letters or so out of 26, assuming that it translates to something similar to English. He has his initials and the word protection on it. What does he finds out something. It says die. He puts die at the end of it or whatever in his notebook when he's deciphering things.
Yeah, what?
And then he calls his girlfriend in like Korea or something like that. Or his
Yeah,
ex-girlfriend.
what? Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I thought she was I thought she was dead.
Then he says something very profound. He goes, "What are you?"
That's
Not
why.
who are you? What are you? We're gonna get. We saw a preview for next episode. That's when I think that's gonna be a spicy one. It looked pretty graphic.
All right. Are we going to find out more about this Korean woman, this mysterious woman that Atticus keeps hallucinating about and trying to contact?
Yeah, I think so too. And if next week, if we come back next week and we find out that she was a plant, like she was planting in his life for a reason,
Ooh.
then I have everybody is suspect to be planted in this guy's life since he is, of royal blood, so to speak.
Secret society is so powerful, just that they can plant anybody anywhere, just because of the magic.
We have a few other things too. What happened at the very end? That was the thing at the very end, right? The Atticus thing. Okay, let's talk about the Ruby storyline because I think this is arguably the biggest twist that I didn't see coming. So
yeah, me either. But pretty quickly, I caught on to what was going on. They presented it what I thought was out of order,
yes.
but I really, oh my gosh, it. Excuse me, it didn't hold back about the intelligence for the viewer to be like, wait, to have to think a few scenes prior, like put down your phone, watch the show. Oh, I loved it. When did you start to realize that the woman who Ruby body snatched was not that woman IRL?
When she started freaking out, when she was in South Side of Chicago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Very early on, I was like, very, very interesting.
She thought it was a dream.
Yeah, she thought she was like, fucking dreaming. But how did you feel about the way they presented the metamorphosis, right? Did you like this depiction of it?
Yes.
Where it's
Did
a
you?
little, yeah, it's a little creepy. Like you hear cracks and creaks, and you just eventually bust out of skin.
Yeah, at first I thought there was some sort of parasite inside of them, but then, or like demon or something, but realizing what was inside was you crawling out. Really cool. I liked it. Give me more.
Yeah.
Let's get weird. This is like American Horror Story, but good.
Yeah. So let's power through this. So Ruby takes form in this white woman, and she accepts basically changing places. So she's experiencing life as a white woman in Chicago, and things are very different. Instead of her being denied a job, she is given assistant manager using the same credentials that she put on her resume.
Yeah. Exposing what we already knew is the institutionalized racism.
Yeah. Uh,
Just yeah, the man holding you down. Just really exposing that.
mhm. The free ice cream that she gets, the liberty to just walk down the street. Um, Very early on, she was in the south side of Chicago, and she was a little distraught, not knowing who she was, what she was doing there, but she was white, and the cops rolled in. Did you molest her to some kid? And he was like, dude, no, what the fuck? And she was like, no, he didn't do anything. And then obviously she gets to William's house, and he basically cuts her open, and revealing that that's Ruby. They explain with the butterflies and the metamorphosis. And did you notice the doctor playing an important role? The doctor that
Which
owns the house, or previously owned the house.
ooh,
That was the same doctor that was
no.
experimenting on those 8 people.
Oh no, I didn't realize that. But as you started saying it, I was like, no, no, no.
Everything's connected. Letty got the house from Blonde Creepy Girl, which was owned by that guy previously. Now they have it. It's in a white neighborhood, obviously, from episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
There is something in there that they want, and we haven't seen that person in 2 episodes. Or yeah, technically 2.5. That's the uncle's wife. Um, she went to Arden,
Hippolyta.
presumably, right?
Hippolyta. That's how they
Hippolyta.
say her name.
So
Yes,
we,
George's wife. Where did she go? And they didn't show her at all. So I'm possibly next episode is going to be her story.
I think it's gonna be flipping between hers and I think Vietnam or Korea or whatever. Um, okay,
She was speaking Korean, is all, right? Like, yeah.
beats me. So from there, we know that she gets a job at the store that she applied for. Realizes that she did you notice that she got a little bit upset with the girl that worked there? She was like, "You have to be
That
better."
was, oh, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was kind of like one of those you forget who you are moments. I was like, "Dude, what are you what are you doing?"
Yeah,
Um,
I was like, Ruby, come on, you're smarter than this. What the fuck?
she slips up a couple times. She said, "Oh, you told me you applied on a whim." She never told her new body that. She told Ruby that. So she was like, "Did I tell you that?" Almost got caught. Um,
Well, she
and
did. She got caught like lying. It was weird.
yeah, I like the subtleness that they put into that. You know, forgetting who you are, being comfortable in your own skin. Um, so we get the deal with the devil, aka William. Comes with a price. She has to
Yes.
put a pendant into the captain's office, the captain that we've seen before. But there's a twist here, and it's not explained. But there's a guy in his closet that has tongue cut out,
Yeah,
and
I had to look away for that scene because I was like, what the fucking fuck?
right. But did you notice that he was sewn by the neck?
Yes,
The captain.
oh.
The captain has a black body, a white head, and like white arms. He looks like Frankenstein.
And then there was the man had sutures in the closet too,
Right.
up and down his face.
So who the fuck knows is going on with that? But the story was that William was supposed to take charge of the lodge. And apparently the event that Ruby is at as Ruby, not Miss Davenport, um, is like a mixer to get him power or something like that. So apparently he shot William, not William. What's his fucking name? William, right?
William is the butler.
Okay, he shot William and left him for dead. Apparently. That's what Creepy Girl tells us. And okay, that being said, we get the final reveal of Ruby and what she does. She goes and quits. and Cardi B's on the background.
I missed that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they did that on purpose because she had heels and the heels turned red after because of blood. So Ruby witnessed the manager that she was working for try to sexually assault the black girl that was working at the store. And then he did something like very subtle, but he was basically a psychopath because he was like really mad, bleeding and shit like that, but then fixed his hair, put on a fake smile and went back in. She was like, "Oh fuck no. That's not happening." So she
Yeah.
goes and does some weird shit. What did you think about this? You thought this was intense?
Yes. I was like, whoa, Ruby.
She went on this dude. So basically she tried to like, you know, think that he's going to get into a sexual encounter. She told him that she has to quit because she can't, you know, let her slutty ways essentially interfere with the job. And she's like, you know, unbuttoning his pants, taking off his tie, tying his tie around his neck. No, tying his belt around his neck, taking his tie and tying his hands, and putting him on the knees. And then she takes off her panties, stuffs it in his mouth, and then, you know, gets behind him and then you realize, this is not this is not sexual.
She did something with her shoe too. I think she like put the shoe in his mouth.
She made him suck the end of the stiletto.
Yeah, that was the part I was like, where's this going? Uh-oh.
Yeah, like it's a sign of disrespect, right? Like, you know, having somebody step on you or licking somebody else's shoes is a sign of disrespect. Like, you worship the ground that I walk on.
Yeah,
shit, like dominatrix type shit. So
I don't know. I'm like, what was the metaphor they were going with here? Like, yeah, I think like totally demeaning him, like he demeaned and objectified all those all those poor women. Maybe that's why there was only one, you know, person of color on the job at one time. Like, who knows what he was doing? So
yeah, we don't really know like his extent or whatever, but they kind of foreshadowed this in the very beginning, of him getting fresh with people. So yeah, so she basically doesn't take her little potion to turn back into Miss Davenport, not fucking implode, and she starts taking the stiletto and shoving it up this dude's ass, like putting Omar to shame. Put it that way. And
brutal rape.
And at the same time, you're getting her like Miss Davenport just fucking like peeling off. And it's not like painful either, because you know that her mind is on something else, hurting this guy. So she's just like, you know, her outer skin, her, you know, her doppelganger or whatever the fuck it is just, you know, melting off of her while she's just ramming this dude in the bunghole, in the cornhole. And yeah, Red Bottoms is playing. These is Bloody Shoes. New meaning for me. And then she just walks off. And then we get
like nothing.
Yeah, like revenge was served. I don't know.
That was my exit interview. Goodbye.
And then we get the big reveal. William is actually a creepy blondie.
That was a big reveal. I did not see that coming.
Did not either. But they hinted at it, right? Because she was like, I was you before. Yeah. I was you before. And it makes so much fucking sense when you think about it. Because
all the scenes with William, he would just like appear out of nowhere. Like,
but didn't we see him in episode 1 where they were together kind of? So maybe he may have died between that beginning point and now. Because we don't know how much time has passed, right?
True.
So, and it makes so much sense because she mentions it to Atticus that like, oh, you got this ring just based on the merits that you're a man, and I've done everything that I can and can't get one. So William is her way in. That's why she wants to be William so he can be in charge of the lodge. That makes so much fucking sense. It's so subtle and it's so smart. I am blown away by this show.
Yes, I like it a lot. Watch this show. It's creepy. Yes, don't watch it in the middle of the night, but I was able to watch this last episode. We watched it after we watched our funny movie. So I don't know. I was okay. I know it. Yes, there were intense moments, but I was able to sleep after. Unlike the house one.
The house one was fucking scary. That one was scary.
Yes.
That's it for me. Watch
Yeah.
Lovecraft Country. It is probably the best show on television right now.
It's on HBO and it's really underrated.
Criminally underrated. Not many people are talking about this, but they should.
I'm going to tweet about it. Underrated. That's all. I'd like to speak to your manager, Twitter.
At
all right,
Jack.
well, that's enough. That's enough, Karen. But yeah, Jack. What are you doing? The end.
Want to end on that?
Thanks for listening to episode 40. Remember, please subscribe and rate our podcast. We really appreciate it.
LowerBitrate out.